digital is a transformative opportunity for us, and we have incredible need and urgency in moving into this space and learning and growing and sharing and collaborating so that really we can create better futures for our children and for our communities. I'm Jenny Zapf. I am the director of the Education Entrepreneurship Master's Program at the University of Pennsylvania in the Graduate School of Education. I am the founding director of the first program in Education Entrepreneurship and Innovation in a Graduate School of Education, and also the founder of the first dual degree from the Wharton MBA School and the Graduate School of Education, which provides both an MBA and an MSED as part of a 2-year fast-track curriculum. Our program comes from really being very interested and committed to having our adult learners come in and work on a problem of practice, to work on a passion project that impacts their local communities, their economies, their contexts, and apply skills that are core business, an entrepreneurial mindset, and in some ways the heart of education. So we want them to understand and to go deep in a 13-month accelerated curriculum for working professionals. We want them to really think about what does it mean to build from a place of understanding about education culture, philosophy, history, and practice, and apply business skills like marketing and finance and management, and work in lean entrepreneurial cycles where they're using agile learning and design thinking and lean startup and other ways, technology strategies, to be able to build lean, bootstrap their ideas, and build something at scale that can be sustained and have impact, both within their program and far beyond in their communities that they're coming from. Right now, our students are coming from 25 different countries from around the globe, and they come to Penn GSE in order to solve really important problems that matter. The idea is to build this mashup, this really dynamic, interesting education community and curriculum and opportunity where you can come in, you can build something and sustain something. And the difference between innovation and entrepreneurship is not only are we encouraging and supporting students to build new ideas and to take risks and to fail and test and learn, but we want it to be sustained. So an innovative idea isn't necessarily a sustainable idea. And we want something that is going to get traction in the marketplace and that can grow over time. As a relatively new program, we are watching and we are learning in terms of how ideas get traction in the marketplace. So I can share a couple of examples. One of our students who just graduated in our last cohort is working on upskilling in Egypt. And right now he's building an Arabic language curriculum so that people who have been displaced can actually become lifelong learners and continue to upskill and get have more economic opportunity and leverage. He built something. He's currently got 5,000 people on his platform. It's an idea. He's got, I think, 20 plus different modules now where people, which reflect some of the best practices of adult learning and development, which is self-paced and personalized and interactive. Our visionary behind the program, her name is Bobby Kershaw, and she is an entrepreneur, an academic, a technologist, and an investor and researcher. She's got a little bit of everything. And she and I came together after having heard for years and years that there was no place for students who were interested in learning about education, working within an education context, and building something with business skills and entrepreneurial thinking. And you could go into an accelerator, but you weren't necessarily going to have access to the research and to some of the extended mentorship and the academic theory and frameworks that we think are really critical. So we have lots of people flooding the market with ideas that are already out there and that in many cases have already failed. So we want people to be productive and efficient and thoughtful and understand research to practice in this infused academic environment that is part master's degree and part accelerator. What are we seeing in terms of why are our students coming, and is there any kind of critical mass around content or ideas or product development. So there absolutely is, and this has been an emerging trend over the last 3 cohorts. We built this opportunity, this learning space, thinking that students would come and they would build new school models and new designs. And our program was specifically structured to enable teachers to lead, to be out in front. We know that very often new tech products and businesses are created without teachers, some of the most expert people in curriculum and instruction and understand learning. So we built the program so that it has 2 intensive boot camps and it has long weekends through the year to enable teachers. And what we're now finding is that there are people coming from places like UAE, places like the Philippines, places like Vietnam, and they're building disruptive models that are creating new ways of thinking about teaching and learning in liberal arts academies, in professional schools, in K-12 academies, in international schools, and they're building with these new skills, and they're using the program as an opportunity to accelerate their ideas, to build teams, to build capacity, investment, and to build a community of practice and support and champions. In terms of technology-based products, the student that I just mentioned, who has developed this wonderful new online space called Learn Hana in Egypt, is using what he learned in our curriculum, which is about designing learning environments. It's around teaching, learning, and curriculum, and backwards design, and scalable products, and meaningful adult learning and development. He's taking all of these skills, as well as his understanding of marketing and management and technology strategy, and he has pulled it into a product, and he's doing lean cycles of testing and starting now to really build at scale with a very big vision around transforming adult education in Egypt. Our program, it's absolutely critical to our faculty, to us, as the leadership and the faculty, that our students understand how to do research, how to conduct lean cycles, how to ask inquiry-based questions, how to figure out their assumptions and develop really sound hypotheses about the nature of their work. So that is an integral part of the build process, and our students leave the program with that skill set and that mindset, which is much more about how do you thoughtfully problem solve using all kinds of inquiry practices in order to build something that can be sustained and that can be built upon and scaled over time. Research starts the minute they hit the ground in our program, and they are asked constantly throughout the 13 months to pitch their ideas, and their pitch is based on sound academic research, journal research, but also we through their marketing curriculum, they do a really deep dive around customer discovery. So they learn about interviews and focus groups and ways to both quantify and use qualitative data and case study data in order to really understand needs and assess needs and be able to understand the community that they're building with and that they're building for. So research is an infused part of the process throughout, and a lot of it starts with really understanding the culture and the context and the population of people that they're, again, working with. And I add that and I underscore the idea of with and for. As part of this build. It's difficult to share one key learning, but one of the areas that I would lift up is really what we've learned about entrepreneurial mindset and risk. And I think that one of the things that we have seen and one of the things that we have learned is that if you can invite people into a learning space, adult learners, and you can give them opportunities to work in very dynamic, uncertain, and non-linear environments and build something that matters to them, where the risk has both is real and has urgency, but there's also some support and safety. People can build at speed and for scale in ways that I hadn't imagined as a program founder.